Today we continue our Uruguayan hunting odyssey with outstanding Perdiz hunting from our professional English setter Luna. Mix in a cast with a blast and get to enjoy our first taste of golden dorado, Uruguayan style, right here on American Gun Dog. Uruguay is very quickly becoming one of my favorite places in all the world, simply because the people are so nice and they're so accommodating and so genuine. The surroundings are beautiful. You're in these rolling hills and these very cool little cities and little towns that you drive through, and then the hunting, it stands alone.
You know, when my friend Harley Jackson contacted me about wanting to do a second wing shooting show with Los Gauchos, I knew he was an avid angler, and I was this was the perfect opportunity for me to suggest that we try a cast and blast trip for dorados. Dorado fishing is our newest program. A lot of people think mahi-mahi when they think dorado. This is a freshwater fish that's unique to South America. These fish fight like striper and jump like tarpon, and I guarantee you, your adrenaline's gonna be pumping, they're gonna be stripping out line, and you're gonna have a great time fishing for these fish.
George, another beautiful day in Uruguay.
Awesome. Let's go do some Perdiz hunting again.
You want to? This is an awesome field, right? You've hunted here before?
This is a hot field. I've hunted it a lot of times. It's got a tremendous amount of birds in it.
I'm looking forward to it. We know Luna, she can do the job. Luis, you'll handle Luna, see?
Yeah, I'd like to have some Perdiz.
Excellent. Let's go see what we can do, yeah?
Yep.
That's it.
Beautiful. Perdiz hunting is very civilized. You don't have to wake up early. It's easy walking, and the birds are plentiful. It's my favorite hunt in Uruguay for sure. It's most similar to what I do at home, you know, walking for partridge or walking for grouse with pointing dogs, and that's my favorite by far.
The Perdiz is a partridge-like bird, and it lives in these grassy pastures that surround the crop fields here. They feed on insects and grain that falls off the trucks on the side of the roads, and you'll often see them on the side of the road when you're driving out to the field. They like to get in low places and areas, just like other upland birds.
She's working really nicely. She's quartering back and forth until she finds scent. She'll stop. She'll move up and reposition if needed. We had this dog Luna who's been raised on Perdiz, and I've hunted with chucker dogs, I've hunted with ptarmigan dogs, and you can tell that Luna was brought up in the area and brought up on Perdiz. Luis, the handler, was very subtle with his commands, and he let the dog work, which I love. You know, the dog would quarter beautifully and then find scent and then work that scent. Once the dog found scent, she had great style. These birds, I'm sure, run quite a bit. They'll do circles around you, and they'll try to get away whichever way they can, and you would think that you would be able to see these birds in the short grass. I mean, some of the grass is like this tall, but you cannot see any movement. You can't see the birds. The dog goes on point, and all of a sudden this little brown thing comes out of this super lush green field, and you have to be ready. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Boy, that one went high.
Yeah, it did. That was a weird flush for a Perdiz.
That was definitely un-Perdiz-like.
Yeah. Had that one in. We got to this one corner of a field with just normal looking cover, but for some reason the birds were in there like crazy. There were one or two, and then there would be two or three more, and it looked more like a typical covey flush at home. And we managed to scratch a couple down out of that. That being said, you walk another 15 or 20 yards, and then you have more birds coming up. So the birds are not spooky. They are wary, and they are very wild. That must be said. They are very wild. Some people think that these birds are planted, and they are not. They're indigenous to the area. They're wild, and they know how to get away. They're very challenging for the dog and for the hunter.
This is really getting hot in here in this corner. This is awesome.
Yeah, a lot of birds. Oh.
Getting on a little Perdiz, Los Gauchos style.
Nice done, bud.
You know, the sad part, people won't believe this, but I only get to do this like 35 times a year. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it, right?
Rough deal. When we come back, our straight shooter Nick Seifert shows us the importance of managing trigger pull, and we continue with the cast part of our trip for delicious Golden Dorado right here on American Gun Dog.
Getting on a little Perdiz, Los Gauchos style.
Nice done, bud. Welcome back to American Gun Dog. We've had outstanding Perdiz hunting with the professional Perdiz dog Luna in the productive fields near Paysandú, Uruguay.
It's awesome to shoot these Benellis and your Frankie, and you know, a lot of people prefer an over and under to shoot Perdiz, and you know, I would all around, but we do so much shooting down here. Bringing a semi-auto with you is really the best choice, you know, if you're not going to bring both.
Right.
And there's nothing better than using one of these Benellis, lightweight 20 gauge. You don't need a lot of pellets to bring these Perdiz down.
Right.
You know, a 12 gauge is total overkill for these birds.
Right.
Today, the birds were really holding tight for the point. I mean, we almost had to walk on top of them. And a lot of people might think that these are pen-raised birds. There's not a single pen-raised bird. It's just that they receive so little hunting pressure. Sometimes you have to walk around in a circle to get them to get up and fly.
With any experienced dog, particularly on one specific bird, you really want to look for the energy and the style and the body language of the dog. And after watching Luna for about a morning, you could really see in her body language when she had a bird. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Hey!
Nice one.
Goodness gracious.
Very good shot. Very good shot.
Good job, Luna. Let's see that bird real fast. Perdiz. Boy, they're stacked in here, huh?
We walked up that ravine, didn't see a few. That was unusual, and then we got into this corner. I mean, it's
maybe they all just kind of headed this way. I don't know.
I think so, but it's just gotten red hot, and we've only walked about 50 yards. We've flushed 10 birds already.
It's a fun bird. This dog's doing great too. Luna's a great little dog. Knows how to work these pretty. You can tell she worked a lot on these birds.
Yeah.
She knows the tendencies. She knows how to work the cover. She knows how to work the field. It's pretty fun to watch. Really fun to watch.
Yeah,
good job, Louise.
She's awesome.
Good job, man. Continue on.
We're gonna eat good tonight.
Yes, buddy.
Unlike a lot of shooting venues that we have here in Argentina and Uruguay, the Perdiz hunting is limited. It's limited. It's not high volume. It's 10 birds per hunter per day, and we strictly enforce it. It's not an unlimited shooting venue, but it's fantastic. The birds fly. They're challenging. They're different every time. They go out to the side. They go high. They go low, and it's really a fun way to round out a wing shooting trip, whether you're hunting doves, ducks, or anything else.
After a very productive hunt for about an hour and a half in just this one field, I mean probably 500 yards total, George and I decided that we had lots of shooting. We almost had our limits. So we decided to walk back to the truck and let our guns rest, let our feet rest for a minute, but then let this little dog Duke out. He was a 1-year-old dog, a Brittany, and I really wanted to see what a kind of a started Perdiz dog looked like. I take great pleasure in seeing a dog grow from this place to a finished dog, and certainly this dog had some things to work on, but again, it's a 1-year-old dog, and he started out and had some very nice points. Again, this is a very challenging sort of operation. A lot of scent, a lot of shooting, and a lot of birds. These dogs get a lot of repetitions, man. I can see how they become really good in a short amount of time. Lots of birds, lots of opportunities. And Duke did a fine job. You know, supposedly he wasn't a great retriever, but I saw him bring some birds back almost to hand, which is a great start for a retriever. Had some nice solid points. Followed the scent, zeroed in on the scent, pointed, repositioned, pointed, and then eventually locked in on some nice birds. He had a good style too. He had good enthusiasm. He really wanted to please, and he was having a good time, and I love it, especially when a young dog's having a good time. It's so much fun to watch that dog develop and start to really figure out what he's there for.
Okay, looks like we got a point right here. Okay. All right, Duke, get on it, Duke. There we go. Bird! Oh!
That was beautiful. Oh, he ran right past it. Get it, Duke. Good way to end it, a little tandem party bird.
How about that for a Perdiz
That was
finale,
great,
huh?
man. And it was a picture-perfect end to a great little morning of Perdiz hunting with the experienced dog Luna, and we finished up with the up-and-coming Perdiz dog Duke. So it was a really cool finish to a great hunt. When we return,